Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Liz, with Sneak Peeks Tarot. If you're a subscriber, thanks for coming back. And if you're not, please hit the subscribe, the alarm, and the like button. This reading here is for Taurus for March 2018. Sorry I'm a little late, guys, but I have been dealing with a little bit of things lately in my own personal life, and I just haven't had the chance. So, we already got 3 cards coming out. March 2018 general reading. If this does not resonate with you, please check your moon and rising signs. Yep, that's coming in. All right, let's see what we got here so far for March for Taurus. As always, follow your own intuition in any situation, okay, guys? Now, the first card we got here for Taurus is the Hangman. And the Hangman is really taking in the energy of not doing nothing, but looking at things from different perspectives, okay? Whatever's going on in your life right now, Taurus, you need to look at things from a different perspective. Kind of on a standstill-ish, wait-in kind of energy also. Is like a stagnant energy when you're in the Hangman, because you really got to take the time to think things through and make the proper decision at the proper timing. All right, guys? Let me see if I can show you this card better. All right. But you really want to get clarity in what's going on around you and look at things from a different perspective in order to get that clarity, all right? So this is the energy you're coming in with, all right? The second card here is the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles talks about having patience, being patient. You know, you've been working hard and towards something, or you've been trying to come up with new ideas and new projects, but you really haven't seen, you know, the outcome of it, or you haven't seen the success part of it, or, you know, you haven't seen the income from, you know, working a new job or something. But it's about having patience. It's about everything having its own timing, okay? That's why the Hangman's there, is looking at things differently. Whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been trying to focus on and been putting a lot of energy into, even though you're not seeing the outcome of it right now, it's because it's just not ready yet, you know? In other words, you know, the chicken's not done yet, even though you put it in the oven, all right? You just got to wait till the chicken's cooked so you can eat. And the same thing with this. It's like planting your seeds and not seeing the flowers growing from it, or seeing the outcome, or what's your fruitation of what you've been putting a lot of energy to, or you've been trying to plan, okay, guys? So, Tauruses, you need to really look at things from a different perspective. Yeah, I used to being very direct in what you want and what you want to deal with, but really thinking and taking your time and really focusing on what really matters and just seeing it from a different point of view might help you understand why things are a little stagnant, and, you know, why things haven't been the process. Is like, you know, you really got to respect the process of everything, but, you know, understanding why it's not, you know, the fruit, you're not getting the outcome you want, is because it's just not time yet. It just needs more time, or you just still more energy and work that needs to be done into it. I mean, it's not like to give up, you know, don't give up. You're working, you know, there's improvements, but the flowers ain't there yet. Or how can I say, if you're, let's say you're planting the tomatoes, you know, the roots are there, and you're getting that first leaf bud out of it, but the tomatoes ain't grown yet, so you can't pick them, okay? Same thing with what's going on in your life right now. Whatever you're putting your time and energy to right now is not the time for the picking. Right now is not the time for the outcome. It still needs more work. You need to still put in a little bit more work. You still need to water your plants, you know, still give it sunlight. And when they're ready, and they're ready for the picking, then you can pull them off, you know. And a lot of this is like financial. It talks about like your work, you know, the way you make money. In other words, even though you're not seeing what you want right now in the money situation, like the income you want is not coming to you as fast as you want it to. It's not that it's not going to come. It's just, you know, it's taking its time. You have to have patience. You need to wait. You know, your income will increase, but just not right now. In the future, it will. All right. The third card we have here is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords talks about somebody trying to manipulate you, or maybe being deceitful towards you. Somebody lying about who they are. This also can have, this person can have an air element to it, which is, you know, once again, a very authoritative, you know, somebody just not being truthful. These swords are very mental, and somebody's just being very deceitful or very manipulating towards you. And you need to like really focus why. Maybe this is the cause of why you ain't getting the good part of everything right now. Like, you don't know, something's being hidden from you. Or somebody's just manipulating or influencing you on, you know, on what to do next, or how to move on next. The thing is that this influential card, this manipulating card, is somebody that can be, you know, somebody can be trying to hurt you without you even knowing, in other words. Like, mentally, emotionally. I don't see it as physically, but I see it as mentally. Like, somebody's really trying to, like, mess with you, you know what I mean? Manipulate you to believe one thing when it's not that way. In other words, you really need to see the truth of this person, because this person is not being truthful of who they are to you, and they're around you. So you need to bring the truth out and find out, or end the situation. Don't let somebody manipulate you, you know, and to con you into thinking there's somebody they're not. That's what that's saying. And if that's a work partner, you want to make sure, or somebody that brings you income, you want to make sure you know who you're dealing with, okay? The last card we got is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands talks about having perseverance and moving forward, even after the tough times, the battles and everything you've been through. But this is, you know, still moving forward and, you know, finally, you know, putting the last step in and trying to complete something in your life, trying to be able to end a situation in your life in order to start something new, okay? And if you can see in the background, there's an eclipse, like, well, a partial moon, okay? And it's saying, like, some of this has to do with your deep intuition or deep feelings about something. And you finally getting the whole picture, the whole picture of the situation. So you're not giving up. You're pushing forward. You're persevering. But you're going to end a situation that, you know, is like moving forward to end or closing a situation, a cycle in your life that, you know, might not bring you the same passion or action or excitement as it used to. But you're still moving forward until it's completed, okay? Now, for my Tauruses, you're used to, I call y'all my little sensitive fighters, because y'all don't back down from nothing. That's why it's very important sometimes for you to see things from a different perspective, especially when it comes to your finances. You know, make sure you're dealing with people that are being honest with you. Make sure somebody's not trying to manipulate you into believing that there's somebody they're not. And have perseverance. Keep pushing forward. Keep moving forward, away from the negativity, away from negative people. You need to, you know, find your own way, you know, to get out of a situation you don't want to deal with, okay? The sticky situations around you right now. And, you know, not let somebody manipulate you into keeping you into that negativity, and really be the leader of your own life and stay out of the negativity, okay, guys? It's very important for you, Taurus, for the next 2 weeks to really focus on being a leader and taking action in your life, and, you know, also taking responsibility for the things you do in your life. And, you know, realizing that you have to be the responsible one for all the actions you've taken also in your life, okay? Even if somebody else is manipulating you, they only can manipulate you so much, because you are your own person and you need to take leadership. You can't let somebody else manipulate how you feel, what you do in life. So please take leadership, push forward, have perseverance, all right? Now I'm going to take an advice card for you guys for the month of March, okay? And I do want to clarify this Seven of Swords, but I first want to get an outcome card, because I want to see how everything pretty much will turn out for you if you just focus on being the leader and taking responsibility for yourself and the things you do. You know, look at things from a different perspective. Don't rely on other people's feelings about it, or intuition, or the way they want to do things. Kind of, this needs to be done for yourself. Take on that Aries energy if you can. You know, that fire energy, the Wands energy. All right. All right. And you did get the Lovers card. And with the Lovers card, Archangel Raphael's letting you know to make choices from your heart. Deeply emotional commitments. Use the power of love. Really use your intuition and your heart to make the decisions that are proper for your life. And if you think somebody's deceiving you or manipulating you, follow that intuition. Most of the time, majority of the time, you're right, okay? So you really need to go follow your heart. Make a head and heart situation together. The Lovers card not only talks about relationship and couples, which it can, but in this reading, it talks about making a decision with your head and your heart and being aligned with both, because you got to take leadership for what's going on in your life right now. All right. Now, I did want to clarify that 7 of Swords for Taurus for March, and I want to know what's going on with this deception, this manipulation that's going on, so that at least you know somewhat what is going on, and maybe you can move forward with your best intuition about the subject. So there we go. This is having strength, and that goes with this, having persevering and strength in the situation, okay? So this is calling for you to have lots of strength and perseverance to move forward, all right? Let me see. Why is the 7 of Swords here for my Tauruses? So this talks about your emotions, what makes you emotionally fulfilled as a person, the things that make you fulfill you. Once again, if you look at this card, you can see the Pisces symbol back there, and that talks about using your intuition and being emotional. There's a lot of cups here, and these are things that emotionally fulfill you. This is all about your heart and what makes you happy, and using your intuition is so needed right now also for this situation. Okay, because you need to end a situation. That's why the 10 of Cups came in. You need to close out a situation with somebody that's been manipulating you and deceiving you. Judgment calls. All right. This is the number 20 in the major arcanas. This is final judgment. This is the last call. This is actually making a decision in what's going to happen. You know, things are getting put back. Things are going to get put back the way they're supposed to in some sort of way here. There's going to be, this is like the last call. This is the higher up putting a step foot in and giving you one last chance to get it right. Okay? I would really, really understand that. I want you to understand that with somebody deceiving you, and this is why whatever it is not moving forward or progressing the way you want, is because you're getting deceived and manipulated by somebody. Okay, Tauruses? And this judgment call can talk about final judgment, all right? It can talk about a verdict, all right? It can also talk about making sure that things are aligned the right way for your higher best good. If you don't make that decision, it can be made for you, in other words. All right? So you really need to take take under consideration that if you don't make a decision now to make your life, to get away from the deception and this negative stuff, that the decision will be made for you, and you might not want the outcome of a decision made for you. You want to make the decision yourself, in other words, okay, Tauruses? So this is something you really need to do. You need to have strength. This is about this is everything. Everything. Your home, your emotional fulfillment, your life, everything. Everything that brings you happiness. And it's in order for you to have perseverance, and you need to have strength in order to pursue your happiness. You need to get away from the deception, the negativity. And if you don't, then you're risking somebody making that choice for you, in other words, all right? So that's all I have for my dear Tauruses for March 2018. Check your moon and rising signs, all right, guys? I really take under consideration, you know, taking leadership in your life and making decisions for yourself and not let somebody else make those decisions for you. And when you make that decision, make sure you're using your head and heart. You know, think about it and use your heart. You know what to do. Follow your intuition. You know what's right. So, enough said. All right, guys. That's all for today. Namaste. Goodbye.